Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from me to you. Today I want to talk about proving yourself right. This coming new year, I want you guys to start proving yourselves right. And what I mean by that is allowing yourself to believe that you are able to achieve anything and going for it. You have the rest of 2023 to figure out what it is that you look for and what you want in this coming new year, and set a goal month by month, January, February, March, April, and so on. Set one goal for those 30 days and achieve them. If that helps you to break it down month by month, I know I like to go by 6-month goals, but whatever works for you. If you need to start smaller and you need to take a smaller step, which is totally okay, because it's the smaller steps that get you to where you want to be. Sometimes starting out, we may reach a little too high as far as what we want and what we want to achieve, and having our expectations set really high when our discipline and motivation is a little bit around here. You want to start small and don't overlook the small steps. When you're just starting out, if you're setting yourself at a high expectation and these huge goals, it may intimidate you a bit and you may not follow through because you're not there yet. But that's why it's important to start small, and eventually those small steps add up. And you will notice that, and you will notice more achievement. I actually saw a video where they said that you shouldn't acknowledge all of your wins, because, especially the little wins. And I just necessarily don't agree with that, because when you're somebody that's starting out, who is just trying to get their thoughts together, who is just trying to get their mind right, when you're just starting out, it's good to give yourself that little bit of dopamine and happiness to know that you've achieved something, so that you can look forward to more in the future. So I personally believe you should acknowledge the small wins within yourself, especially if you're just starting out. This can help keep you motivated and consistent, because you've proved to yourself that you can do it. And that's essentially what this video is about, is just proving yourself right. So that is what I want us to focus on in the new year, is proving ourselves right. I know I have a couple things planned that I myself am very nervous about and wondering if I can fulfill my expectations in it. But I'm just trying to break down my goals. Even though I do have a 6-month goal, I have to break it down possibly week by week or even day by day in order to get me to where I want to be in that next 6 months. But this is what works for me. Whatever works for you, you can set a daily goal, you can set a weekly goal, a monthly goal, a bi-monthly goal, 6-month goal, a year goal. Whatever it is and what you envision for yourself, I just want you guys to know that it is possible. But it's not going to happen if you don't acknowledge it in the way that you need to. If you don't access it and break it down and figure out those steps, every step that's going to get you to where you want to be, you're going to find yourself possibly in the same position coming 2025. And we don't want that, and that is not going to happen for us. So you have the rest of, I think, about a week. Make your vision boards. Speak what you want into the future. Think about what you want to do. Write it down. Write down your goals. Write down your ideas, your ambitions. Something that has really helped me kickstart my journey was reading. I think there's a lot of knowledge in reading, and it's very underestimated, the power of reading. And it wasn't until that I started reading again where I'm able to be who I am at this very day. So it's important to read self-help books, read finance books, read books that is going to teach you skills and what you know you may be lacking in, and just it's repetition. It's every single day. And if you want to build a habit, if there's a new habit that you want to implement in your everyday routine, you're going to have to stick to it each and every day, no matter how you're feeling. If you're not feeling motivated, if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling good, you still have to do it. You can't let your emotions talk you out of what you want. You can't let your mind talk you out of what you want, because again, that is how we stay complacent, and that is how we stay stagnant. And I know for some of us, that's very hard. We struggle with our thoughts, we struggle with our emotions and sorting everything out. But it's really when you go dig into your mind and you start to view things, you start to assess every thought that comes through your mind. Is it a thought that's helping you? Is it a thought that's good for you and your mental health? And if it's not, then it needs to go. You don't entertain it. You have to let those thoughts go and try to replace it with a positive thought. So if you're telling yourself you can't, then that's all you're going to view life as, is that you can't achieve your goals. You can't accomplish what it is that you want. But if you just switch your mind and change that can't to can, you will find yourself doing a whole lot more than you ever imagined. And how fast it comes to you is insane. You know, a lot of us get stuck in a mindset also where we just assume that it's going to come in the future, but we don't change our actions to become that person today. Like, for instance, if you feel if you want to become a better person, oh, I'm going to be this someday, I'm going to be that, I'm going to la la la, whatever. And you're not going to school to get that education, if you're not reading the books that you need to get you to that point, if you're not reading books that is going to teach you what you need to know in order to get you there, if you are not working on your mental health every day, then your mind is going to stay the same. Then you're never going to have that career. You're never going to have that dream lifestyle that you desire for yourself, because you keep putting off the work. And all of that can come quicker if you start today. And there's no such thing as perfect timing. There's no such thing as perfection. And if you operate out of that type of mentality, you gotta let it go. Because that was me too. I wanted everything to be perfect before starting. And that has delayed my progress for many years. Instead of just starting and allowing yourself to be a beginner, and it's inevitable that that growth will come along the way. You know, everybody has to start somewhere. So when you're looking at somebody who you're inspired by, or you aspire to be, whatever, they started with very little knowledge. They started from nothing. And some of us, we have to start from nothing. Not all of us are handed the tools and the successes that other people may have. So we have to work extra hard to get to where we want to be, because things are not necessarily handed to us. We don't have those skills handed to us, so we have to learn them. But you know what they say, the people who go through the journey and the people who work for it are much more humble, much more grateful, and very liked, rather than those where everything is handed to them, because they don't know what it took to get them to be the person that they are today, because they didn't have to work on anything. All those tools, all of that knowledge, it was already fed to them. But when you are going through the storm and you are pushing perseverance through anything that is coming your way, and overcoming and overcoming and overcoming, and then getting that success, you have built a different version of yourself. You're a completely different character. Your character is different. And that is why they say that it's better when you work for it than having it handed to you. So if you don't have the tools, that's okay. You just have to research what it is that you need to know in order to get you to where you want to be. You have to work on your mindset, because it's you versus you at the end of the day. You live in your body for the rest of your life. You need to make it a home. You need to make sure you're nurturing yourself, speaking positively to yourself, so that you can give yourself that motivation, that happiness, that gratitude to keep going. So Get rid of those negative thoughts. They're not helping you in any way. If anything, they're keeping you stagnant. They're deterring you from your growth. And it's not serving you any great purpose. And it's all stuff that you are actually in control of. You are in control of your mind. And it sucks for some of us that our mind is just so far gone that it feels impossible to believe that we are in control of our thoughts and our emotions, but we are. And that is where you need to start working on your mind, your headspace, creating your home, your garden, and just nurturing it so that you can become that person that you see yourself becoming someday. And it's not easy. By no means is it easy. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but that's the beauty of life. It's just designed that way. It's inevitable. But it's how you move and how you weather through the storm, how you come out of it. You come out of it stronger. You come out of it wiser. You come out more grateful. And these are all feelings and emotions that help us live a fulfilling life. When we start to believe that we can achieve, it's like a whole different world. The view from here is amazing. And that is why I'm sharing my journey with you and everything it has taken for me to become this person, to see this view, who was suicidal, who was very unhappy with themselves, who spoke negatively about themselves every single day. And I know I get so many compliments of how beautiful I am, but back then it was so hard for me to see that. I didn't see it. I used to want to look a certain way. I used to want to be somebody else. But now I am loving me, and I just love how, one, beautiful I am. I love how funny I am. I love my personality. I love me. And it's really until we put this work back into ourselves that we see life this way. And it is beautiful. So please, guys, do not give up on yourself. You have everything within you to become who you want to become. Do not let yourself down, and do not let yourself wait any longer. Start today. There is no perfect timing. Jot down your goals, stick with it, and just go about it day by day. You don't need to think about, if you're starting here, for instance, I'm going to use my channel for an example. I'm at 500,000, or manifestation. I'm at 500 subscribers, okay? I hit my 6-month goal just before the new year. I actually hit it back in November. I wanted 500 subscribers before the year was over, and I'm there, and I am forever grateful. And I just look at what I've achieved and believing that for the next 6 months, I'm going to make that goal happen as well. And so when I created this channel multiple times in the past, like, this is not my first time having a presence on YouTube, but my mindset was completely different back then. I used to do what people were doing that was trending because I wanted the views, I wanted the subscribers, I wanted all of that. But that content was not authentic to me. I didn't enjoy filming it. I didn't even know how to film it. I was so conflicted and just feeling like it wasn't good enough. So I was never putting out like I should have been. I would try to do hairstyles. I would try to do makeup because those are the things that were trending back then. And I'm sure they still are, but I barely do my hair. I just learned how to do this, you know, and I barely do makeup. I normally just do a wing, mascara, and some lip liner. So I'm trying to create all of these extravagant looks without really even knowing what I'm doing and not really caring to learn because it's not something that I was passionate about. So those great content creators who do hairstyles, who do makeup, I was never going to be as successful as them because I didn't put in that time, I didn't put in that effort for it. I just wanted to try to do it because that's what was getting attention. And now I would also, you know, if I had a channel for about a month and I didn't have 1 million subscribers in that month or tens of thousands of views, I was like, okay, it's not for me, I'm done. You know, you can't operate out of that headspace. You know, it's not going to come to you and what you're looking for. It has to be authentic to you. It has to be something that you enjoy, because no matter the views, no matter the subscribers, just putting out and sharing what you want to share into the world is enough for you. And I said it in my last video, that eventually when you just operate out of authenticity and just doing whatever it is that you love and sharing it with others, it's going to be appreciated. You're going to have that audience someday. You're going to have those views. You're going to have those subscribers. It's going to come, but you have to be patient with it and not expect so much in the beginning and not think about so much. Also, try not to think about things so much. If you're at step 1, you need to focus on step 1, not step 5, not step 6, and so on. You need to do everything within step 1 so that you can move on to step 2. Doing everything within step 2 to move on to step 3. So you need to put your focus to where you're at right now and know that with time, with consistency, and with discipline, you will see that growth more and more and more as you stay committed. So that is all for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, happy holidays. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye, guys. Mwah.